Hello, everybody. So today we are going to be doing more account reviews. So if you'd like to get an account review or anything like that, just drop your UID in the comments below. Or if you want some quicker help, you can feel free to ask for help in my Discord server in the description down below. But anyways, yeah, let's see how these accounts are and let's get straight to it. All right, so starting off with the first account, I'll have 3 accounts in NA, 2 in EU, and 2 in Asia. So we'd like to, preferably, I'm just get through all of the characters and go through them. This video is probably going to be like an hour long. We'll see. Maybe I'll be quicker. But anyways, let's look at everything that they have. So this is a good weapon, 4-piece Marechaussee Hunter on Risley. Not much crit value, but it does have a lot of EM, so I'm assuming you are doing a lot of melting. So that's good. 4 roll with attack percentage, so this is a 4-liner starter, so you could potentially reroll it to a 5, but yeah. This one, I don't have Risley, so I don't know how much ER he needs, but maybe more than 0 is always good. So it's a well balanced if you are lacking in EM everywhere else to where it helps out. So yeah. The Goblet is good, gets the crit rate in case you are lacking in that, and some attack percentage and a little bit of crit damage. And here, this one's an all well-rounder. You have a lot of EM, so this is very good. I like that. I like all the EM you're getting, and C1, so it's even better. Because that's kind of the reason why I didn't want Risley, because I would have to get 2 of him to really utilize him. So overall, for me personally, I like getting the maximized crit rate with Marechaussee Hunter, but overall, when you crit, it's going to be good. But you're a little under, so what can I do? So crit damage over crit damage. Maybe a signature weapon, but man. Like, yeah, it's just maybe a little adjustments, but otherwise, like, if the build is just fine for you, I'd say it's just fine. Triple crown him. You most likely main him. Is that your profile picture? Yes, it is. So yeah. Risley Melt is hella fun. I should have read that when I started. So yes, you do play Risley Melt. So obviously, that's the only option with that build. So anyways, moving on to the next one, Linny. Now this is a much better ratio. The thing is about Linny is that he's a little bit tricky for Marechaussee Hunter because if you aren't like healing him right away, he can only give himself 2 stacks. So yeah, it's interesting, but I mean, as long as you use like Bennett or Chevreuse, you're good to go. Or any other characters. So who can heal you that are pyro. Anyways, this is a good piece. Good solid crit rate and a little bit attack percentage. Another good piece. Good crit value. Yeah, this is a pretty good. It's a Sands. Sands can be sometimes tricky, so this is pretty good too. Good stats all around. Lenny may not need that much ER for being in mono pyro teams, but well, actually, he doesn't need EM as well, unless you're fighting something that always has Hydro or Cryo on it. But I mean, that's fine. That is fine. It is what it is, and once again, EM might not be as important for Linny, depending on what you're fighting. But yeah, unless you play Linny Melt or Vape, who knows? But otherwise, I mean, the crit value is good. The attack is good, mainly because you'll have Pyro Resonance and most likely Bennett along with this weapon, because I don't think the passive is activated on, well, this. You have to be equipped. And he does get a little bit more attack, so I don't know if this is really skewing the results. It probably is. 20% attack is pretty good. That's half a Sands, basically. Once again, triple crown, so you do like the dudes. So let's see what the rest have. So Chiori. I do not own Chiori, so I don't know how much defense is preferable on her. But there's no defense on the weapon, so that's also like stuff like that. The baseline stats I'll have to rely on. So yeah, this is good. How much crit rate you get from this? 3.5. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, good crit rate because of that. We'll give you a bit more stats. So overall, this is good, I'd say so. Because I think she's a split scaler, right? Attack and defense. So that's both good stats for her. Preferably defense. So you're utilizing the split scaling really well. Yeah, defense main stat with attack percentage and good crit value for a Sands. This is looking good. This is pretty good Goblet. Got all the crit damage because I think your crit rate is pretty good already. And maybe you just don't need more crit rate. If this mathematically is up here, maybe you get like Yeah, crit rate, crit rate. So 4 stacks. So maybe you don't need any more. So that's what you utilize that. A little bit of ER. So I think she probably wants more. I don't know. But yeah, defense attack percentage. That's good for her. Double crowned. C0. So pretty good. Emily. All right. Let's look at the main stats last. Jade Wing Spear. Okay. R3. So either you spend a lot or you've been pretty unlucky on either weapon banners or standard banner pulls. So at least you're making use of it on her. Hopefully you'll like her a lot. This is a good piece, I'd say so. Yeah, I got attack percentage, pretty good crit value. EM is fine. Burning damage doesn't do too much on its own, but yeah. This one's alright crit value. The defense really throws you off, but it is what it is. This one got good crit rate in case you're lacking in that. Maybe slightly. Hopefully you're around 80% by the time I'm done with this. Hopefully. Maybe 70%. Maybe 80 actually. So 16% crit rate with attack percentage and ER. That's always good stats for Emily. And crit damage with a little bit of crit rate and 12% energy recharge. So because she likes a little bit of ER, preferably a little bit more if you want to burst every single rotation. But it isn't like the biggest deal. Yeah, that's like. Yeah, so double crowned, you do like her, and level 8 talent on the normal attacks. 84 crit rate. So yeah. Roughly what I expected. So this is a really good build. I like this. I like the crit rate. Crit rate can be undervalued sometimes, but yeah. I respect it. Solar Pearl. All right. I haven't seen this thing in a long time. So, because you get more burst damage through skill hits and the normal attacks. So do you have leveled up normal attacks? You do. All right. Gilded Dreams. All right. So this is a good all-rounder. Especially if you're doing quicken seams, which you most likely are. Aggravate. A lot of crit damage. Nice. Some ER. She has a pretty expensive burst, so this EM Sands with, well, it's stats all around the place, but as long as you have everything you need, it probably won't be too negative. But this is like the weakest link so far. Everything's looking pretty good. But it's got ER. That's good. This one also has ER with a lot of crit damage and attack percentage. And a good crit rate and everything else. Oh, some EM as well. So with crit damage and Solar Pearl, which means she should have some good crit rate. Yeah, this is a good stat ratio and some good ER. I like that. Looking good. So Baiju. Let's check out Baiju here. Baiju should be very simple, just HP. I don't think I really need to look in depth. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe I have to look in depth. Some crit, some ER. ER is good. Some crit, ER, attack percentage. Very good attacks, or HP Sands. Does his damage scale with HP as well? Because I've never built him for damage. I'm guessing so, since that's what you're utilizing. Yeah, it's fine. Judging by how everything has HP percentage on it, I'm assuming that's what his damage scales off of. So, oh. Interesting. This is interesting. So, 63, 129. So, characters like this are tricky to build around for crit because you're utilizing so much HP percentage, some ER, and crit. So, it's hard to get everything. So, for what you've gotten so far, I'm impressed. I don't know how much damage he'll do, but for someone who builds Baiju at damage, means that they're just playing for fun. I think so. Unless he does a lot of damage and I don't know. Who knows? Sino. Ballad of the Fjords is a good weapon for him. Another Gilded Dream. So you've done a bit of deep wood stuff. And you've been in that domain for a bit. So this is good. Good, decent crit value with some ER, which he greatly needs. More ER as well. Some crit value. EM Sands with a lot of ER and some good crit rate. He's probably good on crit rate now. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, never mind. 14% more crit rate with ER, EM, and crit damage. A little bit of crit rate. A lot of EM. And attack percentage. So he... I don't know what he's... I think he... Yeah, he stands with crit damage. So, yeah. 76 crit rate. With some great ER. So you will never have that issue. And double crowned. What I respect is that I see a lot of people who don't feel bothered to crown their characters while they're also the same people who complain about farming artifacts, just note, yes, artifact or leveling up your talents may be expensive, but it's a guaranteed buff. As long as you grind enough, get all the resources, level it up, crown it, you have that guaranteed damage buff. With artifacts, you might just get nothing for months. You never know. With this, you just have to spend a week or two just farming a domain, Mora, and talent books. And then you have your character does more damage or buffs more. Please crown your characters. Just like this person. They are crowning everything they like. Like, if I just look at everything, they crown everything they really need. So, I respect it. Let's resume. Alright, Mavlika. Oh. So, I see no Kanich, meaning that you try to get Raiden's weapon for probably Raiden, but I don't see Raiden, so maybe Shangling. Unless... Yeah, Kanich has been with Raiden both times, hasn't he? But this weapon is fine anyways, right? Burning, Burgeon, maybe. Obsidian Codex. When I see an off piece of that Sans, of this set, it's probably cracked, so let's find out. Decent crit value, but a lot of attack percentage. Good everything piece. Got everything you really need on it. Attack percent Sans, which isn't exactly preferred, but EM Sans can be rough, so I'm not going to say anything badly about that. And yes, either that is a low roll 5 roll artifact or a high roll 4 roll crit rate into low crit damage. I'm going to assume it's a 5 roll because it looks roughly like one. Yeah, I'm going to assume that. That's a good piece just for crit value. And I like this. You didn't get much ER, only the 5% on the circlet. So only 5% wasted, which is good. 97 crit rate. Might say that's you won't be missing that much. Shenhe. Is this an ER? Oh no, you did roll for it. You just ended up getting this in the process. Okay, I see. So you did go for Engulfing Lightning, and well, you have an extra 5-star Claymore. Gave it to Mabuika. So ER, a lot of attack percentage, and a lot of attack in general. So let's see what we got. No attack percentage here, but a lot of ER. A decent amount of ER. Good ER. Some crit. So, ER stands crit rate. A lot of ER as well. That's good. And, yeah. What is that roughly? Is that 180 to 200? Oh. Pardon what I was saying. I'm so used to seeing not much ER on Shenhe's. Pardon what I was saying. That's a lot of ER. That's more than enough. I hope. Why did I think it was so low? Never mind. Anyways, yeah, that's plenty of ER, plenty of attack. Because it gives you 55% and a lot of attack, and you get more ER after bursting. So you have basically Raiden stats. Shalonen. This is a triple crown Shalonen as well. So this person really likes Shalonen. With Scroll, I don't know if I really need to review him unless you went for crit because you have a triple crown. Yeah, defense percentage, some ER. Boom, looking good. Is this C2? Oh, C0, okay. Defense percentage, some crit value. Geo damage with good crit damage on set. And the off piece is crit rate with a lot of ER, attack percentage, and a little bit of crit damage. Yeah. Not too shabby. Shalonen is looking good, I'd say. Because she'll still buff while simultaneously doing damage, which is what this person desires. It may be a work in progress because crit rate is a bit low, but they're trying to utilize every stat, EM, or not EM, ER and stuff, so yeah. I respect the Shalonen triple crown, but yeah. Farina, Favonius. Golden Troop. So this is a very nice piece, a perfect piece for her. Got everything you need. It was a 3-liner, but everything went into crit, which is nice to see. And it high rolled, or relatively high rolled, to where it has a 40 CP. Clean 10 to 20 ratio. I love that. Well, okay, you're utilizing a lot of the HP you need, so maybe you don't care about too much about her crit ratio, as long as you have enough crit rate for Favonius, is my guess. Let's see. No crit rate here as well. And not an ER Sands, which I like that. Because I would go ER and then HP here for for not C2. But you do have a lot of HP percentage substats, so maybe it doesn't matter. That's what you're doing. HP percentage, a lot of HP percentage, and a lot more here. And 11% more here. Crit rate, is that around, is that 70 plus? 65. Okay. 180. I mean, no, as long as you're getting procs and everything, you'll be fine. Preferably, I'd like to go a little bit more just for Favonius, because whenever I skill alt, swap out of a Farina, that's like roughly 2 to 3 hits if her little buddies hit first, but just so I can funnel back to herself before I swap off of her. But otherwise, I mean, it should be just fine, right? What can we adjust? Maybe... Does she? Maybe that. Maybe this. Or maybe just go ER here with some crit rate. I don't know. Then you lose that lot of HP. But 36k, I'd say that's pretty good. Double crowned. Escoffier, not crowned yet. Either you don't intend to or you ran out of crowns. But I don't think... People only like me have run out of crowns. I currently have 0 crowns, but I have a lot more characters than everyone else. So I don't know if this person has a lot. Maybe they do. 30 crit damage with attack percentage. Nice. This is pretty good. I'm concerned about the lack of ER so far, but we'll see. But we have Favonius, so maybe we don't need as much as I thought. Some ER. Attack percentage. So wait, what do we got? No crit rate. A little bit of crit rate. So as long as we have good crit rate on the good crit rate on the goblet, and the circlet should be crit rate, right? Yep. And oh, what do we got? 61. So if there is a cryo resonance, you'll have 76, which is honestly pretty good. Never mind. 140 ER, but Favonius proc in Skirk teams. But I don't know if you have Skirk. I don't see her in the showcase, so you might have an Ayaka team or something like that. I don't see any Ayaka. Unless you... I don't know if you do Skirk Escoffier with Rasley, because he's on a melt build. I do not know. Otherwise, good. Good account. You clear Imagine Theater. You don't get all the stars, meaning you might not have as many characters as I expect. This might be most of your built ones. Abyss cleared, and you cleared Stygian Onslaught, so that's already a dub. So sweet. This is a good count. I approve. So let's check out the next ones. Now we're on the next one. We have a few 4 stars, so they like 4 stars. Gotta respect that. They clear all the content in the game, and they have a lot of friendships. They have a lot of characters and a lot of achievements. Either they, for me, whenever I see a lot of achievements, either they are a low spender or a free-to-play. Because, I don't know, some whales can play the game a lot, but I don't know if many do. Well, we'll see. So, Physical Kaya. Well, let's actually check the constellations before I even, decide. So, either... they skip all the other banners and roll for the dudes, because, as you can see, there are only dudes here. And they save Kaya constellations on the shop. I think I know some people like that. Gotta respect the dedication to their favorite characters, so... and physical. So this is a good piece, I'd say so. Some attack percentage. This is good crit rate, because every time I see a Kaya main, they lack in crit rate. So let's see if this one doesn't. This is not too shabby. Can be fixed, but should get the job done for now at least. Maybe. ER, I think that's probably pretty good. Physical. Well, actually, yeah, he can proc not electrocharge, superconduct. Boom, boom. Yeah, some crit value and crit rate. Good crit damage. 1-to-1 ratio, and I like to see that. Energy recharge and attack percentage. I don't know if any of his constellations give crit rate, but I don't think they do. So 70 crit rate with cryo resonance. That's probably fine, unless there's some crit rate that I'm missing out here. I do not know. Triple crowned, obviously. If I see a Kaya like this, he's obviously triple crowned. Baiju. A lot of HP, so I won't be looking at here too long, because it's just going to be HP. HP, ER, HP, ER. ER, ER. Nice. A nice and easy build to review. C2. It's 162 ER. That's probably good enough. Maybe. I don't... ER on Baiju's a bit tricky, but he isn't... It isn't like a necessity to get as high as possible because I think he can function without his burst. But also, you have C2, so he just does a skill on his own, right? He just exists, and then he just gives you Dendro. Maybe he doesn't need ER because he's proccing his own stuff without even using him. I think that's how it goes. Nice. Triple crowned. Are they triple crowned, all your dudes? Not him. Yes. 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 Poor Sino. Almost, but I don't know if you intend to, because it doesn't really do anything for his kit. Triple Crown Diluc and Albedo. Alright, let's just look at the builds. Jade Cutter, nice. This is a very good piece. Gives you almost everything you need. A lot of crit damage, because he'll have a lot of crit rate with Jade Cutter. Some crit rate. Here, good crit damage and EM. I like it. This is a very nice piece, the off piece, so I wonder how good that onset goblet is. Some ER. Because he likes to have a little bit, like what, 120, 130? Nice 40, I think it's 40 CV, roughly. Really close. It was a 4 roll. It was a 4 liner. So if you want to re-roll it potentially for a 5 roll, that's a bit risky. It's already good enough, I'd say. But yeah, that's good. And this is looking good too. And he has the ER threshold that I think is good. 87 to 12, yeah. How much EM on his substats? 23, main stat. Maybe he can go for a little bit more EM, but otherwise the crit value is good. Like, for me personally, I would stop here. But if you want to continue, go ahead. Otherwise, yeah, he's good. 1000 EM, basically, I'm going to count as that. I think with Dendro Resonance, he'll be there. I'm not going to look too deeply. 77, 68, and then main stats with some ER. Yeah. Another simple character to review. The Blue Man. Risley. Signature. I haven't seen one yet. Or Woodsith. Alright, signature. C1. Looking good. This is a Is this a 5 roll? Very nice. I like this. It's always the great CV ones that get the double defense. But it's still good. This is good. With some attack percentage. I like that. Because he won't need as much crit rate anymore because he has a crit rate weapon. And Marechaussee Hunter. Nice EM for the melt. Some crit value. I like that. Off piece. Well, nice. That's honestly perfect. It was also a 4 roll, but attack percentage is great. Wait, actually, yes, it's a 4 liner. And this is good because I'm assuming he needs a little bit of EM or ER, some crit rate, and attack percentage. Does he have 64? 60? 64. Perfect. Slightly overcapped, but who cares? It's 0.4 crit rate. This is good. This is a good build. I like it. Signature. Since you like the characters, you get their, or at least roughly their signatures. Unless they have a really good option. I don't have his for that. I have Sacrificial Jade, but does he have his signature? He does. Okay. C1? C0, actually. Okay. This is pretty good. It's got everything. Well, EM isn't really needed, but yeah, pretty good. This is good in case you need some crit rate. Got some EM, ER, and HP. Who cares about the EM on Neuvillette? Unless you're doing different teams. This is good. I like this. This is nice. EM, ER. Why do I keep saying EM? ER is not too shabby on Neuvillette if you want to utilize his, make sure he always has his stuff up. And I like the HP main stat with, like, this is a 5 roll, by the way. Very beautiful. Because Neuvillette likes to have a little bit of ER. Along with his signature, he will have... I think his signature is roughly like, what, 10, 15, 20%? Maybe not 20%. He gets energy with his signature, so he'll have his burst whenever he needs it. So. And he has a lot of HP because he has the Circlet main stat. Nice. That is what I like to see. So triple crowned, nice. And the Tainari. Signature? What would he have if he doesn't have a signature? I use Linny's bow. He can use maybe Yalan's, maybe even Child's bow. Skyward Harp. Should have assumed that. I was thinking about the limited ones first. My fault. All right. This is very nice. Got EM, 4 rolls and crit. Ignore the HP. That's all right. This one, basically the same thing, but better substats. All around. Because ER is like, you know, usable on him as well. This is pretty good. Not too shabby. I think does he want EM? Mine is attack, but I have a lot of EM substats on my Tarnari, so it's like kind of like cancels it out. So as long as you maybe have a lot of EM, which I see right here, maybe it doesn't matter. 64 crit rate. I believe his C1 is 15%, so 79. Pretty good. Pretty good. C3. Sweet. Sino. Let's see if the lack of crowns means you don't care for him as much as the other characters. Thundering Fury. Maybe you do, because everyone goes for Gilded Dreams, but this one's even better. This set's better. Very nice. I really like this piece. Got everything you need for EM and good crit value. Defense happens. Who cares? Low crit value, but 103 EM. Can't really say no to that. So, yeah, this is pretty good. Got ER as well, because he needs it from what I've seen so far. 4.5, 13. All-round good stats with an EM main set. On-set Goblet. 40 CV. Almost. Or roughly around there. I'll round up if it isn't. Nice. I like this. And some ER. I don't know why I'm going to keep saying EM all day, I guess. And some crit damage. So he has some ER. Not too shabby. 124 is better most than a lot. But with the set, he can get like an extra skill or two every rotation. Or more. I don't have Sino, so I don't know. Crit rate may be adjusted, but it is what it is. Maybe you don't prioritize him as much because of the lack of crowns, but that's fine. Ayato. Do you farm... did you do Gladiators, or did you commit to the Echoes set? Or Hydro? Heart of Depth. Hydro. I forgot the name. Heart of Depth. This is very good. HP, he does have some sort of HP scaling, but I think it's very not really much. So it is what it is. It gives you more than nothing. Here we go. Attack percentage. So this is looking pretty good. A lot of attack percentage may be useful for him. Attack percentage main stat. EM is good. I said EM again. I'm just gonna say ER. Energy recharge. The words. I'm just gonna say energy recharge. That's what I see. Crit rate, crit damage. Good. Nice. I like the piece. Elemental mastery. If he does any vaporizes, that's cool. Some crit value, but it's an onset goblet, so I can't really say anything against that. And a circlet that roughly I think I would have lying around that I don't use, but I got some attack percentage, a little bit of HP, and he probably has enough crit rate. Yes, he does. So, looking good. Double crowned. Toma, probably EM. So, I don't really care looking too deep. Let's see this. 44, 40. Make sure he has ER, though, because he's a rough character to play. 10%. Nothing, actually. And okay. With the C4, he gets a little bit of energy, but Toma, he needs a lot of energy recharge. Poor Toma, they really butchered him. And also for me personally, since you have 90 all your favorite characters, depending on how much you use Toma, having him level 90 will help out with the Burgeons a bit. A lot, actually. I think it's 30%. I don't know. I can already see the... Well, I was about to say I can already see the EM Goblet or Sands, but we have a Rain Slasher, so maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. This is a good all-rounder. ER isn't exactly needed on D-Luke, isn't it? He gets his burst. I mean, more than none. Like, just a little bit should be good. He has a cheap burst, but I think having it is better than not. So, that's good. This is a great all-rounder. That's a 5 roll, actually. With attack percentage, a little bit of energy recharge. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's very good. I don't know. I don't want to sugarcoat it. That is good to see. And this is fine. This is an attack sans, but you got a lot of EM on your substats along with your weapon. The crit value is a bit low rolled. but it is what it is. The Goblet has a lot of elemental mastery, which is nice. Some crit value, but EM is great. And this is a very, very good circlet. Don't really have anything else to say about that, because rolled crit a few times, but it rolled attack and an EM to where it's like even better. So you have 67 crit rate with 183 crit damage. So maybe if you use Shen Yun, or maybe you just use them on normal combo because you do maybe with like Sing Cho or something, or maybe you don't play those teams. Maybe you use Ayato with Diluc. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe Kaya, the dudes together. I don't know, but yeah, looks pretty good. Albedo. Are we rocking Cinnabar Spindle? Do we have Chiori's weapon? Cinnabar Spindle. All right. This is a good piece. 4 rolls and with a defense percentage. Along with low crit value, but a lot of defense. Oh my gosh. That is a 5 roll. So it was very close to my dream artifact. I'm close. I haven't gotten mine yet, but I want a 10 crit rate, 30 crit damage piece. I was like 0.5 off of that, but this is very beautiful. If it max rolled that crit rate, that would have been awesome. Yeah, can't really replace that one. As long as like every Albedo I see lacks in crit rate, so let's hope and see. He has like what, 65 to 70 hopefully. This is good. Got defense percentage. I guess attack percentage if you care about his split scaling. And well, actually, does he have constellations? No, he doesn't. Boom, looking good and very good actually. Crowned 73. Very nice. This is a rare good Albedo I've seen. Not many. Like every Albedo I see has like 50 crit rate. So sweet. We're done with that. That was a good account. Let's go to the next one and see how it goes. Alrighty, the last NA account that I will be seeing in game. The rest of the accounts will be on Akasha, but all right, let's see. We got a full roster again, so this video will be longer than an hour like the last one because I had some shorter accounts to review. And maybe an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. So let's just get straight to it. Linny, first great magics. R1, C0, triple crowned. We have a lot of people who really love their characters. So this is a good piece. Maybe I have to be a little bit faster for the video. I don't know. Like this is a good piece, 40 CV. This one's a 4 rolls again with attack percentage. Nice. This is a 3 roll, but it's fine. It's an attack sands. On set, we have an on-set goblet. Either it's going to be really good or really mid. We'll find out. It's very good. Either you got lucky or you crafted it, but it doesn't matter because they're both great options. That's great about artifacts of what we got nowadays. Yeah, this is a very good piece. You have a very good Linny. This is the weakest link, sadly. Obviously, you may not need the crit rate, but the lack of like anything else is rough. Otherwise, everything else is good CV. This one's just a CV piece, attack percentage, some CV, and great overall there, and that. But otherwise, good Linny. It most likely pops everything you look at, so I don't think it really matters. So yeah, let's see Mavuika. Mavuika is double crowned, R1, C0, Obsidian Codex. You have another Pyro Goblet on set, really? Okay, we'll look at that one last. It won't be as good as Linny's, but it should be pretty good. Hopefully. We'll find out. This is fine. It's got some good crit value overall. Yeah, it's good. With attack percentage. And this is good. A lot of EM. A good crit value in case you need a little bit more crit rate to make sure she has 100 crit rate. And EM sands with some crit damage. And ER, sadly, those are useless stats. It's a shame. But it is what it is, I guess. Sometimes you roll EM when you don't want it. Or ER, gosh. And, unless you hit the threshold already. I haven't really checked, so this is fine. Got some EM. The other stats are a shame. Maybe you can get a better upgrade soon. And what do we got here? Oh. Ooh. No, like crit value-wise, it's fine. But you got some ER on the build. 30%. Oh, 40% with 80 crit rate. Okay. You don't prioritize Mavuika as much as Linny. Maybe you're working on this. Maybe you're done. She'll pop things whenever she can. Just a little bit rough on those rolls, unfortunately, for the ER. But it happens. My Mavuika, I think, used to have 130. And I dropped her down to 120. But I currently working on getting rid of those pieces because I don't like having ER on a character who doesn't want it. So, sweet. Escoffier. Deathmatch. Let's try to be relatively quick for a sub DPS like her. This is fine. A lot of attack percentage. Not too shabby. Some crit damage, because she has a lot of crit rate through the weapon now. Energy recharge, attack percentage. This is good. Good crit value overall. On onset sands, and then the off piece. Alright. It's got a lot of ER, which I haven't seen much of so far. And that's alright. It's just got some crit. Could be improved because of the lack of any other stat, but as long as you hit the crit threshold, 80%, 95 with cryo resonance. So, yeah. Just ER is what's lacking, and I don't think attack. I don't think attack is lacking because of the fact that you have a lot here, and deathmatch gives you a little bit more. So, alright. Alhaitham. C1. Not crowned. Black sword. Okay. This is alright. This is the most upgradable piece on the build. I don't even have to look at the rest to figure that one out because it's a flower. Meaning, where they all go flat attack? That's a shame. If you wish to improve your Alhaitham, this is the easiest start. This one's not too shabby. It's a decent piece with attack percentage. Slightly easier to upgrade than, or slightly harder, but the second easiest option to upgrade here. The EM Sands, so yes, it may not have rolled crit or anything really much. It got attack percent crit, but is an onset Sands with EM, which those are rare. You have to get the main stat and then the crit. So I'm not going to say too much about that unless you craft an upgrade. Otherwise, that's the harder one to upgrade. This is not really upgradable. It's got good crit value overall, a lot of crit rate, and EM. So yeah, if you want to improve, like start here. But otherwise, yeah, these two pieces are the weakest links, but luckily they're the easiest ones to replace because their main stats are static. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about the crit and EM. And very, very good circlet. So he probably hits the crit rate threshold. Roughly. So yeah. Half the build's good, the other half can be improved. If that's what you desire. Otherwise, let's go next. Eula. Not many around here anymore, so that's cool to see that we actually have one that exists. R4 weapon. So, yeah, triple crowned. I mean, you crowned the characters you like. You haven't crowned Alhaitham, so maybe you don't like him as much. So maybe that's why the build isn't as good. Because you have crowned Eula. Let's find out. Crit damage and attack. That's good. Hopefully her crit rate's good. Let's hope the rest has crit rate on every single one. 10 crit rate. Good. Some crit value. Nothing else. Good crit rate. No ER yet. Anywhere, but hopefully that's alright. Onset. Some ER. Crit damage, attack percentage. So hopefully your crit rate isn't like 50 to 60. Oh, wait. It's a crit damage circlet. You have a 30 crit rate? Oh, maybe you swapped a piece? Or you like nuking with her. You like gambling. You wanna, when you hit that crit, it hits hard. But when it doesn't, it's sad. I don't know what your goals are with her. Maybe you swap something out, but yeah, I mean, when she crits, she'll hit hard, pretty decently hard. But yeah, all right. Nouvelette, prototype Amber, C1, nice, triple crowned. Let's check this out. This is not too shabby. This looks like a piece that I have, roughly. Defense, nah. Who cares about the side? Top half is not too shabby. Some HP percentage, some crit damage, crit rate. Let's see if you utilize any crit rate here. I don't see much. So either you're going to utilize maximize-ish the Maréchal Hunter set for the crit rate, so you're going to have a crit damage circlet. I hope you have a crit rate one. You do. Okay, good. which means you are in the crit rate threshold, roughly. Like, that's good enough for you, I'm guessing. For a lot of people, I've seen this build a lot, actually. 50, 190 with Amber. Gets the job done. So, yeah, because it's like 86 crit rate. I approve. So, yeah. No ER, I just realized, but Amber gives you a little bit if you use Farina with Favonius. Okay, never mind, no Favonius. Having the other characters should help out a little bit, so hopefully you get that ER threshold. But maybe you don't care as much, I don't know. Farina, R1, C2, C1. Golden Troop. Let's see if your luck on this set was better than the other. A Crimson Witch piece, okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a very good piece, actually. Some crit value, HP percentage, but a lot of ER. I'm hoping for maybe an ER Sands and an HP Goblet for not being C2, but we'll see. Some crit value, a lot of ER. ER? HP, okay. All right. And then a double HP with some ER here. And a crit rate. Do you have enough crit rate? Oh, you do. Okay, never mind. The crit value is fine. I am more concerned about your energy recharge. I don't know how much you'll get your burst. If you funnel Nuvolette 2 Farina, I don't know if you do. If not, hopefully things go well. She is crowned. She is played with the Skirk team, which is she is the only Hydro there. And if I look at here, Favonius, Escuffia is not on Favonius, so yeah, well, I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, next one. Surf's Up, R1. Nice. Let's see how this is. Very good. Very good piece. Nothing else to say. EM is nice. ER's not too shabby. Some crit damage. Attack percentage is useless, unfortunately, but it happens. This one's fine. Decent piece that should get the job done. Like, it could be improved. But Sands can be rough for many people. I don't want to assume that everyone's willing to farm that hard for everyone. I assume the bare minimum for other people, just so I don't I don't act too harshly on people. So that, you know, I'm not like trying to judge a build. I'm like trying to just give them advice if that's what they desire. Like, if you want to improve this, go ahead. This one has crit damage and ER, no HP, but yeah, crit damage with no crit rate. Do you have enough crit rate? Okay, the thing is about Mulaney is that, well, she hits really hard, but she hits like, what, 3 times and maybe her burst, so 4 times in a rotation. And I want all those hits to crit, so missing a crit with someone like her is very rough. Hopefully you don't care. But yeah. Maybe a crit rate circlet and then like swap out. No, you can't really swap that. I actually don't know what you need. Okay, never mind. Maybe a crit damage circlet with 10 crit rate. Who knows? Because that would make her down up to 90. But that's my brief assessment there. Favonius Lance, already good start. Noblesse, nice. So we just need to see ER and crit rate. ER attack percentage and crit rate. Some ER attack percentage. Okay, this honestly looks like a build to where I got this character and I just want a quick set. With the correct main stats and some substats, you don't really utilize too much into crit rate. Like, you have some ER and a lot of attack, like plenty of attack. Don't think you had that issue. But ER, or at least Favonius procs will be a little bit rough, but maybe your ER is just fine. Honestly, Shenhe in my Escoffier teams works perfectly fine for energy regeneration, because Escoffier is the one that like struggles a bit behind 130. This one might be a bit behind per rotation, but I don't know. Maybe in Farina, but yeah. All right, R1 Skirk. Crowned already. 4-piece finales of the deep. People may say that Maréchal Hunter is better, which mathematically and farming resin efficiently, it most likely is. But the thing is that people want the new set, including me. I farmed the new set, and then while I was already pretty much done with the set, that's when I learned the news. So I was like, well, I don't really pay attention to leaks anymore. I just want the new set on her because it's, well, quote unquote her set. This is fine. This is good. Got good crit damage and attack percentage. This one's fine. Let's see if you have the crit rate to get the job done. On set. Not too shabby. Good crit, decent crit value with attack percentage, so it's a well-rounder. Could be a 4 roll, unless that's 2 rolls in defense. Is this a 4? No, it's a 3-liner, I think. And this is fine. It didn't roll attack percentage. It only rolled crit rate once. Is that 60 crit rate or 70? Oh. Okay. Okay. That's the crit ratio if you wanted Marishazi Hunter. That's honestly perfect because you want 15% plus Cryo Resonance and then Marishazi Hunter. But sadly, this is not that. 48, so little into the 60s with Cryo Resonance. Some pieces can be easier to fix, like maybe even a crit rate circlet with, and then just utilize more crit damage everywhere else. I don't know. Because she gets a lot of crit rate through her or crit damage through her weapon, so where maybe you don't need that much. Maybe you can have like a 80 crit rate, 180 to 190 crit damage. Maybe that's something I would do. I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine for you unless you're working on improving it. I don't know. All right, this one should be easy. Oh yeah, for all EM. There we go. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Triple EM. Yes. With 122 ER. That's a bit low, but it happens, I guess. If you don't need the burst. I mean, the burst is useful for the cryo application, but yeah. All right. Varessa. Lost Prayers. C0 of the new set already. So let's see how your luck went. Farming for Skirk. And then you ended up getting a Varessa set. Or are you farming Varessa and ended up getting a Skirk set? Let's see which one got luckier. That's a no. That's all right. That happens, I guess. You can improve this one easily because it's a flower. This one is fine. It's got attack and ER, which is well, is good stats for her. I think ER is pretty decent for her. This one's okay. Once again, it's an onset sands, and this domain isn't that old. Off piece. It's all right. It's okay. Can be improved. Maybe re-rolled. I don't know. And crit damage with no. Okay. Haven't fully utilized that, but the crit ratio looks better than Skirk's, so that's good. Yeah, this is honestly a usable build. Like some of the pieces kind of scare me. not too bad, but like, yeah. I mean, it's a functional build. It's got the good crit ratio. I like having 70 crit rate. Crit damage is fine. She'll be blowing things up. Should be. And level 8 talents. I mean, when Skirk crits, which she'll be critting like 60+% of the time. That's enough. That's more than enough for most players, honestly. Like a lot of people go for 40 to 50 crit rate just without the benefits of that, but for this person, maybe that's enough. So yeah. Okay. Pretty good account. I don't see too many issues. Just like, well, artifacts are just all luck. So like if you don't have perfect artifacts, well, that's luck's fault. I don't really have anything else to say about that. What, just get lucky? Nah. Pretty good account. So that's the end of the NA section. So let's go check out. Let's head to Akasha and do the rest. All right. Starting off with the first account that is not on, well, in the same server as mine. I'm going to refresh. Last video, I didn't see the most up-to-date builds, I believe. So I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to click the refresh button and see if it's all up-to-date. Now I will look. All right. I will do that with every account here just to make sure that they didn't change something, swap something out, and then now it builds messed up. So, okay. Raiden Shogun, top 12%. The thing is, she's very, very competitive, 1.26 million. So being in the top 12% of that, that's good enough for me. All right. To million players, yeah. All right. First glance, I mean, a low level talent, but I don't even know if you even play the game that much. Oh, I just realized your bio. Well, I greatly appreciate it. So I recommend listening to his statement. All right. Good crit rate because you'll have... Oh, is that R1? Oh, never mind. Okay, no, actually, that's still fine. It's like 72%. Fine. Fishing sucks in Genshin for me personally, and yeah, maybe a lot of people too. I don't like fishing. Once I got the catch, I gave up on fishing. So, some CV, decent CV here. Good CV with attack percentage and ER. Good to see that. Then ER Sands on set. These are the hardest parts to get on her, but it had some CV. It was a 3-liner, but if you reroll it, it could be greatly improved. Who knows? Electro Goblet. So for Raiden Shogun, C0 without her weapon. She can go attack percentage here or electro damage. Doesn't really matter. She'll be killing things. Should be killing things. Times have changed since her reign of being the best. But very good CV. Low rolled a little bit, but yeah. This is pretty good. 20 crit damage with attack percentage. So overall, yeah, that's good. Like good crit value. Like just by glancing here, it's already good Raiden Shogun. I don't really have to look too in depth with ER. Like a lot of ones kind of bait me by seeing good crit value, and then I see an attack Sans. Like really, not quite there. But yeah, this is good. Nouvellette. With Sith, with overall like, since I'll just make things a little bit quicker here, like just like briefly. All right, so ER is pretty good. I'd say that's enough. You need a lot of crit damage with double HP here, so you're looking pretty good. And roughly not too shabby on the crit rate. Maybe you can sacrifice a little bit for the sake of that. Which one? But I don't really know. This should be good enough. Honestly. Maybe even crit rate circle would be better. But then you have maybe too much crit rate. Yeah, maybe. But otherwise that build's just fine. A lot of people don't care to min-max. I somewhat min-max, but then I go to the next character. I don't try to get like top 10 in the world. I just try to get top 1% here, and then like, well, that's good enough for me. Kazuha, a very simple build to review. A lot of EM and ER. Roughly, some ER, but yeah. I'm just going to look at the EM. Gets the job done. It's what you expect. Low ranking just because of the ER and the high competition of 1.12 million, because there's a lot of Kazuhas out there, but build's fine. It's got a lot of EM, so okay. 4-piece, oh wait, no, yeah, 4-piece Deepwood, just Nahida, an EM build with a Denjo Goblet. That's fine. Just looking at baseline stats, ER is fine, which she doesn't need too much. She has a very cheap burst, yeah, EM, it's an EM build, very simple. That's fine. Arlecchino, so she just needs to, well, yeah, Jade Cutter, 4-piece of that set, whatever it's called, fragment. So crit ratio is okay, maybe a little bit more crit rate, but otherwise it's a functional build. Like, I believe I specifically saw that this person does not care about maximizing their builds to become best as possible. They just get a nice functional one that they can enjoy the game with. I can't remember if this person even is playing the game, but if they do, if they don't, I don't know. The build is functional. It will kill things. They will be happy. All right. Farina, once again, they fished for this one, actually. I don't really care about the staff update. Leave me alone. This is fine. A lot of ER, which is what I like to see on Farinas. A lot of them lack on that. So for Fluve, Furman, 8% crit rate. So that's crit rate's just fine, over 70%, and you get a little bit more energy recharge after using your skill. Nice. I'd say that is a good build. I don't really have anything else to say. Akasha may say otherwise, but Akasha loves crit rate. If you look at here, people will have 70 plus with a lot more CV. So obviously low CV here, but a lot of ER, functional build, and a lot of HP. So sweet. Soup Ayato. Here is very low crit rate. I don't think I'll review this one too much. Maybe you don't use them as much anymore. But yeah. You tried to farm a little bit of echoes, but gave up, maybe. But this is a very good piece. But otherwise, everything else is just kind of existing. Level 1 here, I think. Wait, no. Oh, no. I thought this thing was a level 1 because it had 7 CV. It just avoided crit on both of these pieces. Okay, that's a shame. Low crit rate, but I assume you don't use Ayato anymore. Wow, this is the crazy graph or chart. Just a box with a point. It's fine. I mean, it's not really that fine, but I don't really think he cares. So yeah, Skirk. So you did play the game to get Skirk, and you do have a set. So maybe you do play the game. So these are pieces. That's clearly an HP sand. So that's obviously not ideal. But its quote-unquote functional onset goblet to get rid of the need of a circlet. It happens. I don't know if you're working to improve it. If you do, well, best of luck. You level 9 to her talent, so maybe you do play the game. Skirk. Yeah, it's a build. Nothing too much to say here. It happens. I'll just say it's an unfinished build, so I don't have much to say about it. So, otherwise, like the first few are pretty good. Obviously, the low end have been like unfinished, abandoned. I don't know, but anyways, sweet. That is the end of this account. Let's check out the next one. All right, let's check this one account. Aika with Chlorin's weapon. Okay. I don't remember what the other weapon option was. It was Al-Haytham's. I don't see an Al-Haytham here, so maybe you went for this weapon for Aika because you couldn't get Missplitter. That's fine. It's a good stat stick. So, crit value-wise, it's a bit high on the crit rate because you get, what, 40% here? Yes, 40%, so you already capped, and then 15% plus with crowd resonance, so it's a bit high. But I don't know how much you use her, so I'm not sure. It's a level 1 skill, and relatively lower level talents here, level 1 friendship. So I don't know how much you use her, so maybe it's not a big deal. You crit. You make sure you crit. So this person is going to be critting. Arlecchino, signature weapon, has the new set, or it's not really a new set, the other set. I don't use this one. I use gladiators, but crowned. She is crowned C0 with the weapon. So crit rate is a bit low. So maybe if you swap to a crit rate circlet, it would completely get rid of those issues. Attack goblet, which is fine because if you use overload or other stuff like that, or maybe not overload, just teams overall, you get a lot of damage percent with her. She hits hard She hits hard anyways, so I don't think it's a big deal. So it's fine, I guess. Attack percentage isn't as popular as pyro damage, but with Arlecchino, I'd say she'll still hit pretty hard here. So that's fine. It happens. So either improve this build or you're chilling with it. You don't need any upgrades. A lot of people don't really care as much. And note that this person's AR-55, so they haven't been farming so much as the other players. Like AR-60s be farming for years. This person's been AR-55 for maybe a few months, a few weeks. I don't know. So, yeah, not as much time to grind as other players, so cut them some slack. Kazuha, here is kind of like a scattered build. I'm going to be very brief. You look like you got the 4-piece set and you called it a day. I'm not going to say really much else because I see a defense percentage here and attack percentage. But Kazuha, some ER, not really much. But you got Virides and Vinegar, so you got the defense shred. Okay. Risley, I'm not even going to look at this because it's level 0 artifacts, so I don't think you like this guy, maybe? Maybe he was an accidental pull, or maybe you're going to plan to level him up later. I don't know. Moving on, Skirk, level 90, maxed out. The artifacts are maxed except for one of them. This one's an attack circlet. So it's scattered piece. It's like kind of leveling up with you. This one's not maxed, actually. This one is. With some crit value. Avoided crit, sadly. This is just a piece that needs to be leveled up, maybe. But it's an unfinished build. I can't really say much about it. It is in progress, perhaps. If you're working on it, I don't know. Maybe you like Skirk, maybe you don't. But you do have her signature, so maybe you do like her. I just realized. Because the other weapon for Skirk was... I legit don't even remember who was running with Skirk. I think the weapon was not as desirable as this. It was Shenhai, I think. Okay. Jade... Okay, I'm not even going to look at this one. So I think the rest might be naked builds. It's just existing pieces. Yeah, you did fish for her. I will give you props for that. But otherwise, you have... just kind of pieces everywhere. Not a single ounce of CV. I've never seen that before on maxed artifact or relatively leveled. Maybe you plan to build her later, or you just wanted to get the 4-piece set and wrap it up. Maybe you hate artifacts. A lot of people do. You got the 4-piece set. It was recommending Golden Troop. You got it. You wrapped it up. You left. Boom. You're done. You're critting at least. You got like, what, 58%? Fine. Varessa, looks like you didn't level her up. You do have some pieces up from farming for Skirk, but once again, an unfinished build. I can't really say too much about this because it's, well, unfinished. Or won't soon. I don't know. But the thing is, yeah, you're AR-55, you got Skirk, you got Varessa, you got a lot of other characters. You haven't even maxed her out yet, so maybe you don't have the resources or time to really work on her. You're out of artifact XP. My guess. Either, yeah, I can only assume it. Let's assume that you wanted Varessa and you want to build her. You're postponing the building session for later, all right? And you need resources. So, work in progress. Venti. Hopefully people who like Venti are not watching at this very point because this person does not like Venti. All right, it's clear to see this player might have gotten him on accident. Most likely. I don't think many players intentionally roll for a character they hate just to spite them. But also I forgot to update people. But I think yeah, this is just the second account, so it's no big deal. Yeah. Oh well. It happens. I don't. Yeah, this person might have just rolled for something else and just ended up getting Venti and got mad, and they hate him. If I didn't like a character, I would at least take him to level 20. But seeing them level 1 shows true hatred. I'm thinking. So, Raiden Shogun might be naked as well, but there is a 5-star weapon because I don't think it really ranks that weapon unless they have like. Maybe they do have. Oh, white tassel, I guess. Okay. Interesting. Another character that they leveled her up to 29, so they at least tried a little bit. They put artifacts on her, so maybe they plan to level her up eventually. I have no idea. I'm just going to assume no, or maybe just wait a whole year and then they'll figure it out. But otherwise, yeah. Assuming they don't like this character that much, so they don't plan to use her. So, assuming that the first few are fine, so this person just plays for fun, maybe, or maybe they don't play that much. They play the Abyss, though. They at least try, and they try Imagine Amphitheater, so they don't, like, avoid all endgame content. They at least try to play everything, so, which shows that they're, you know, a lot of people who have, like, the really, like, beginner builds, to where they don't care enough, they kind of just skip all endgame because they hate it. This person does not, so maybe they're just trying. I'm not going to, like, assume other things. But yeah, anyways, there we go. AR-55 account. They haven't been playing as much as other players, so cut them some slack. Let's check out the next one. So now we have an AR-60 account, and they don't have many builds, so that they'll make this this review very quick and easy, so that's nice. This person has some pretty good builds. They don't do the endgame modes, though. Wait. Last update 700 days ago. I'm gonna update that. They've been AR-60 since 700 days ago. Let's see how much changes. Okay, I don't think anything changed. But they do endgame modes. They just don't put characters on their showcase. Okay, that's fine. I will work with what I can see here. Wow. Alrighty. Zhongli, Staff of Homa, 4-piece tenacity. C3, triple double crowned. The crit value is fine. Because, yeah, when he blows up the nuke, it will hurt. HP, Geo, crit rate, and then overall, like, maybe just a bit more crit rate to min-max the build, but yeah. Otherwise, it's your best build according to Akasha, so I gotta give it some props because top 12,000 out of 500,000. Pretty good achievement. And then Raiden Shogun, R5 catch, so that's already a good start. C2, double crowned. Much better ratio than I've seen before, so 68 plus 6 plus 12, 80 crit rate, so that's a great build. The thing is, this is a great build, but it's top 4%. That's how hard it is to get the top Raidens. If I were to take a peek at top Raiden Shogun, this person has an insane build. Oh my gosh. Dang. Holy moly. Okay, let's ignore that person. Let's just focus solely on this one. It's hard to compete with those people who have never left the domain since it came out. Otherwise, yeah, this is a great build. Like, I'd say min-maxing what? Just go here with like a 40 CV, 10, 20, 10 crit rate, 20 crit damage, and then what, you have 80 to close to 100, and then you have roughly around this guy. Damn, that person has a lot of crit value. All right, that's fine. This is a good build. Wanderer, level 8 talents, 4-piece Shimenawa is interesting. Oh, no, not interesting. I've used this on some other accounts. This is fun. Very good ratio because you won't be missing the crits, and pretty decent crit damage. Like, I'd say that's a good ratio for being, and it's also top 6%. Should hit hard. If we look at like all the stats, we have good crit, a decent crit value. Once again, there's, okay, here's all the attacks. 16% attack right here. So yeah, then if there was no attack substats, then that would be unfortunate, but there we go. Nahida, 4-piece deep wood with a lot of EM with crit damage. So it's a hybrid build because with a bunch of EM, she should gain like, maybe she'll be in the 60s in crit rate with her own passive, roughly. I don't think she goes up to 70. I think her max passive is like, what, 20 something crit rate? Maybe I'm off. I forgot. I haven't read her stuff in a while, but C0R1 with good stats, like some decent CV here with some ER, EM, and yeah, this one is rough, but can be easily improved if you intend to. But otherwise, Nahid is a sub DPS. She's not the main focus of the team's damage. She does some damage for being a hybrid, but she's mainly there to buff your team, like your Hyper Blooms with there. You have an Alhaitham or maybe a Yalan to fit as a double Hydro team. Who knows? Anyway, Xingqiu, you like both of them. 65, 135. That looks kind of familiar. That was like in my old Xingqiu build. But yeah, otherwise that's fine. 2-piece. That's perfectly okay. A lot of people do that. 4-piece emblem. 4-piece noblesse sometimes. Obviously, the leaderboards are going to be 4-piece emblems, so it's going to be hard to compete with directly that. So for what you've got, this is pretty good. You got very good CV here. Pretty good CV here. Good CV here. Low ones here, but it's fine. It's got some ER. And this one has some attack percentage and ER. So overall, pretty good. Crowned, C6. Can't really say much about that. Here we got an Aqua Simulacra, low crit rate, so maybe things need to be adjusted. Last update 4 minutes ago. That was me, right? Yes, it was me. That was 700 days ago. Jeez. Crit value wise, it is fine. Relatively low. I would prefer more crit rate. The thing is about Yalan. Okay, no, she's C2, so that's good. Since you are C2, roughly Aqua Simulacra Yalans, I would want what? 180 plus energy recharge, maybe even 200. I don't know. Yalan needs that ER. If this was a C0 build, oh my. I don't know how much you'll get your burst. Maybe you use her exclusively with Xingqiu, to where the sacrificial indirect particles will help out a lot, to where you have no energy issues. Who knows? That is, everyone plays their account differently. For me, that's pretty low ER, but double crown C2 with some pretty good pieces, so nothing really much to say badly about that. Yeah. There we go. I think that's the end of this account. I don't think there's any secret builds down here. But yeah, anyways. One more account for the video, and I think that's where we wrap it up. Lumine. Okay, we have a few more accounts, and we have some really good builds, and some that may be neglected. All right. I don't know if I want to look through everything, because everything won't be on the showcase here, but let's just, you know what? We got time, I think. Finish it all. So yeah. Let us see here. Last update a day ago. I'll do one more refresh in case you adjusted one thing. Hopefully I didn't mess you up. Okay. A very good Risley because of the fact that, well, he's the top not 1%. So either you ended up getting really good build on him, but you don't use him enough to max him out, because no crowns, and people, I've seen a lot of people who like don't care about maxing to 90. For me, the OCD of like, I don't want to see my characters level 81 or 85, 88. Just take him to 90 or leave him at 80. For me, it's like, just max him out. Surely you got the books, right? Here we got, obviously, just everything should be good because it's a very top tier build. A lot of EM here. Crit rate, crit damage, and all that stuff. Yeah, this is a good build. With a lot of attack. Where attack percentage 11% here. Main stat, well, that's actually all the attack. Okay. 11%. Okay. Pretty good. And then a Navia. I like to see that. A lot of Navias do not have much ER or much crit rate. This one has both, which I like. Good crit rate on Navia and good ER to where, like, I feel like she needs just a little bit. So having that little bit of ER to make sure she can have her burst every single rotation really helps out a lot. So is this build good? Yes. Top 1%, 1400. Nothing much to say against it. Like, this is a very good piece. These are like, yeah, these are all ones pretty good pieces. So I approve. I respect the Navia. Now we're talking a 200 plus ER Yalan C0. So the ER might struggle a little bit just because Yalan is such an energy hungry character. But if you play her with another Hydro character, Sing Cho, maybe even Kokomi, some other character, I think you'll be just fine. So pretty good. I think this is a good build for a piece of emblem with some good 4 rolls here and 28% HP percentage and 33% ER substats and just a few dead stats. So that's good. 35 roll value, pretty good. What's your best roll value? 34 roll value. Navia is a 31. Okay. Jean, pretty good build. Just mainly, I don't really rate Jeans too much because, well, it's Jean. You just need ER and attack percentage and maybe some crit for Favonius procs. So won't go too in depth here. But looking at this, double crowned, almost triple crowned. I don't know if you intend that, but even so, it's still not level 90, which hurts me. But that everyone plays differently, so just don't judge other people. This is pretty much a single player game. People play however they want. So yeah, I won't be too in depth here. It's Jean. Farina, a lot of crit rate, like a lot of crit rate. Slightly overcapped by just what 1%. No big deal, but no crown. Triple level 9s. Interesting. ER is good. That's good ER, but a bit low on the crit damage, so which could be adjusted a little bit by maybe pulling something out. I don't know which one. Maybe this one. But otherwise, it's good crit rate and okay crit damage. A lot of ER, which I like. So maybe it's okay. Official 4-piece golden troop, decent crit value. No crown, C6, stringless. Overall, everything is pretty good. Like, this is the low CV, but it has some attack percentage in ER. She doesn't need that much ER because, well, actually, 129 should get the job done just because sometimes you want to make sure Oz is ready every single time you need him, so you can ensure that Oz is on the field 100% of the time to maximize your utility, damage, and, application. So, pretty good. Overload, Chlorind. So this is a good ratio. 95 crit rate. I believe her passive is 20%. She is crowned. Level 9 normal attacks. You seem to do that a bit, do you? For the most part. A lot of those. So, this is a good piece with some ER, which, I mean, it's fine. So good 4 rolls with some ER. This one is a 3 roll with more ER, actually. Well, no, this one doesn't. Oh, yeah, this one has a taste of ER. This one has some crit value. No attack percentage substats. This one does. This is the only attack percentage on the build. 2 rolls, but it's a good build. Looks good, and it will look better once the passive is activated, so can't really complain about that. Venti. Comparing Venti to the previous accounts, to one where he was level 1, this one actually has a level 90 character. I don't think anyone else was level 90. Everyone was like 80, 89, 85, 88. This Venti is triple crowned and maxed, so now we see that someone loves a character, and they have the profile picture. Should have suspected that. So Venti maxed out compared to the other ones. So 40 CV, pretty much. I'm a round up. Some EM, which is good for him. For swirls, this one's a good all-rounder. If I switch to roll value, it'd be pretty good. This one's low CV, but it has some attack percentage, which may be useful for him. Some animo damage with low CV, but once again, attack percentage, useful. Some CV and ER. This one can be adjusted if needed. But yeah. Pretty good Venti. Taser, really. Emblem. Well, just looking at this build, C4, so it looks like you're intending to get C6, or maybe you stop right there, because C6 is, I mean, it's alright. But it just baffles me how you have a really good crit ratio, like really good, like 70 crit rate, 150, like this is really high CV, 236, with pretty much everything you need, unless you need electro damage bonus, but that's a 45 CV electro damage, 45 CV attack percentage, to where maybe electro is better once you have weapon and all the constellations. Like if I were to compare, like if leaderboards, that one is what you got. So if like compare it, well, I don't know why it's a taser leaderboard. This like just 285 CV, that's just crazy. 267 ER with electro damage bonus. So that's what's holding. I think everyone has electro damage bonus, but you have such a really good CV on the attack percentage. So, but the thing is, it doesn't matter, because when you alt with Raiden Shogun, things will be dead with this build. C4 with that build, yeah, things aren't surviving. So yeah, nothing really else to say. This is a prototype archaic, basically free to play C2 beta. So won't focus it on too much because looks like it isn't focused as much. It's like roughly the same investment as mine. Yeah, it's good. It should get the job done. Relatively low crit rate, but as a sub DPS, you aren't like, losing everything. C2 is her important constellation for the fact that it bounces more, right? Yep, that's all you really need. Other constellations are cool, but yeah, that's fine. Dea, I respect the Dea usage. So the build is relatively similar to what I would use, but the difference is that I would use 4-piece instructors, and I just use sacrificial to make sure that her skill can be used every single time, but you have a crit ratio on her with tenacity. So you kind of like have a hybrid type deal with Favonius Greatsword R1. So are you free to play? You're probably free to play if that thing's only R1. So yeah, over just some decent grid value, like 212, with some ER, depending on what team you use. It might be on a mono team, it might be a sub DPS support, Kanich, Mulani. I don't know what you use. I don't know where you'll use her for tenacity buffs, but wherever you do, it could be cool. Maybe even Navia, I don't know. But seems fine. I'm just surprised you had a crit ratio with this. Chiori with the Harbinger of Dawn, meaning that... Wait, does this crit ratio not include this? Or do you use her with like Farina to where you won't be above 90%? Because if you are, you'll have a lot more crit rate than you typically need. There is a 50 CV. I did not miss that. I clearly see it right here. It is a defense main stat, so it is kind of diminishing returns for the fact that it not being a geo damage. But it is 50 CV, so equip it. Anyone should be doing that if they have that. So very nice, like right here. 40 CV here as well. No other good stats, but things happen. Decent CV with some ER and a lot defense percentage makes it a good roll value artifact. Defense percentage, ER, good CV. Once again here, good CV, defense percentage, energy recharge. It's a good build, just a little bit overcapped. What you can swap around is... I actually don't know. Maybe you get a really good crit damage circlet, and maybe that gets the job done. And maybe you'll have to just like one artifact or something to tailor for maybe not enough crit rate. But yeah. Illumi. Oh, I don't know. Your name throws me off. So many people are named Illumine. Eula, not Illumine. Decent crit value. It looks like roughly what I have, but the thing is, mine is just a rainbow set, so you actually have Pale Flame on her. I don't see many Eulas. ER, that's probably good enough because the weapon helps out a lot. But yeah, a very rare Eula situation. So what even is the best Eula? 89 181. That is a C6R5. Okay, yeah, suspected. The Eula mains care. This is the level 80 out of 90, 999. So you do like the max out, relatively max out, but not crown a lot of your characters. Even if you don't use them as much, but maybe you do use them as much. I don't know. She will crit decent amount of time and she'll hit relatively hard. So I'd say this is a good build. So a Dragon's Bane, two-piece. Hu Tao. So for me, I used to rock two-piece tenacity, two-piece like Wanderer's Troop for EM and HP. And it got the job done. And I eventually swapped a four-piece Crimson Witch. But having two-piece, you'll kill things anyway, so. You have a lot of EM, good amount of HP. Because if like the HP rolls, you only have one actually, but HP main stat, power damage bonus with 43 CV with attack percentage. Good crit damage with whatever stats, but this one's over at CV, but it has a lot of EM, which is most of your EM substats, I believe. Where are you? 103. You actually have 37 over here as well, so pretty good, I'd say so myself. 76 crit rate. Crit damage is a bit low, but as long as you're critting, things will be dying. C0, so yeah. Hopefully you don't run out of stamina. This one, another Engulfing Lightning, or you just doubled the build, and like that's what I do sometimes. Just swap the weapon around just for Akasha's sake. But maybe not, I don't know. This is a really good crit ratio, but it's very low ranking because it's not ranking it by that. Your Shenhe is intended to do damage. Akasha doesn't like that, but I like it. Decent, pretty good ER, which probably should get the job done. A lot of attack, which means you have like what? Yeah, 2 attack rolls, but you have Engulfing Lightning will give you 30% more, 28% more attack, which I don't know if is working right now. Is it already working? I don't know. Oh wait, no, I have energy recharge. 28% of ER, which yeah. All right. So you can gain up to 80%, so maybe it's more. I don't know. I like the crit ratio here. It's looking pretty nice. Like a lot of 4 rolls as the starter. Like 42 CV, 40 CV. A little bit low roll, but it's roughly 40 CV. I like it. And it has attack percentage here and ER. Yeah, that's good. Mavrika, Mailed Flower. It's a support set, so obviously it's going to be ranked low because you're competing with people who put Obsidian on. So ignoring the rank of that, you have a pretty good crit ratio to support whoever you desire. So yeah, some decent CV pieces, but otherwise, yeah, you are just supporting with Mavrika. 999, you like doing that on everyone. This is the 969 actually. So this is a shield bot, Shield Fae C4. So obviously the ranking is very low, but Shield Fae is honestly really underrated. I wanted to try it because it's a 45% HP shield for 15 seconds. Her burst has like a 15-second cooldown, I think. So if you have good ER, 226. Wow, really? Wow. 21, 24, 19, 31, 11. Okay. As long as you have good ER like this person, you will have your burst every rotation to where you can, you know, have... Wait, no. Oh, no. The duration is... You have 5 seconds of downtime. Never mind. My fault. But dang, that's a good build for Shield Fae. You don't see this often. You have a lot of HP with some 2-piece emblem for some more ER and 33% HP. So I approve greatly. So this is a good build. Hyper, this is a naked build. Maybe you swapped him to something else because he is maxed out. He is max level, but either you gave up on him or you gave his artifact to someone else. I don't know. Otherwise, I really like your Shield Fae. It's a very underrated build. Like, big thumbs up from me. Alright. I guess we'll take a peek at whatever's hiding here. Kujusara. Triple Crown Kujusara. I'm not that far. I'm double crowned. I greatly respect this. Good to see. There is no leaderboard, so obviously not really much to show here. Amber with whatever this thing is. I think I missed this event because No. I think I have that weapon. I missed another event weapon because I took a break from the game, but yeah, this one's not that long ago. Yeah, this is very nice. Secret build. Barbara. Triple crown. Wait, hold up. What is Amber? 999. Hold up. It's hiding the real. Oh, you know, not C6. Unless you didn't activate it. You don't want enemy. You want your allies to be revived. I have no clue if you didn't activate it or not. But very nice build. 236. What are your highest? Obviously, you're equipping your best pieces for that. Is there anyone else who's hiding down here? Oh, there's just a Farzan build who's just what crit. Yeah, it's fine. Crown though. C3. Hazo. 2-piece, decent crit value. C6. I don't even have that. But otherwise, good account. Yeah, you did good. So, alrighty. I think that is it for this video. So, if you all enjoyed, I don't know, I'm guessing this video is gonna be like what, an hour and 10, 120 is my guess. Whenever it's posted. Hopefully, you all enjoyed the reviews. If I missed anything, let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed. If you made this far in the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, my Discord server is in the description down below in case you missed that information at the beginning of the video. Because yeah, if you want to hang out with some Genshin players, or if you want to, you know, yeah, just ask for help. Maybe get a build review rather than, if you want some quicker advice rather than waiting for me to post a video with your account. You can always ask the people in the server. So, yeah. But if not, I don't know. You want to hang out, just do your thing. Anyways, just drop your UID in the comments down below if you want. But anyways, I think that's it. I will see you all next time. Peace.